All right, good morning, everyone. How are we doing, guys? New York closed. I mean, London closed, and New York session is on. Sorry, we're starting the live a bit later, guys. I really had to look at the charts and figure out my own trades. My voice is back a bit, but we're gonna get this live rocking and rolling. So we're into the New York session. How's everyone doing? Tips, how you doing? CJDV, Thomas, how you doing? Hit that like button, guys. Let's run it up. Manipulation into New York. Not surprised in the slightest. So you guys will see that I set my stop loss at 90,700 on my short. I gave myself enough room because I know New York was going to do something. All right. I did not expect I did not expect New York to push all the way down to 88.5 and then back up. Because we are completely overbought on the 15-minute time frame. Okay. I've been eating onions. Tips. It hasn't really done anything. Same with garlic. But I am feeling a bit better for sure. But I appreciate the remedy. What are you guys doing? Are you shorting Bitcoin or are you longing Bitcoin? I hope no one's longing Bitcoin. We are still in our short, guys, from last night. Okay, well, I dollar costed average a bit, so I'm pretty much break even right now. And I want to see what this market is going to do. So right here, guys, you can see, let's take out Bitcoin for a moment, okay? We know that the Bollinger Bands are tightening. And I've been saying this over and over again, guys. Bollinger Bands tightening, Bollinger Bands tightening. I'm like a broken record at this point. But truthfully, the Bollinger Bands are tightening. Moises, how you doing? Kingdom Come, how you doing? Fam, CJDV in the house, let's go. No trades, closed my trades, knew it was going to do this chop. So New York is actually not choppy action. New York is manipulation, which means it's going to be another move followed by this. I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean. So London distributed pretty much throughout the London session to about 89, whatever it was. And Olga, how we doing? And look, guys, we just hit this resistance pretty much. Here it is right here. We hit it, the top, essentially. Okay. So if I draw this, I could even take this wick to wick and it's pretty much lining up perfectly. Okay. So that means we did technically hit the top of the channel today, right now. And we haven't done that for a very, very long time. Actually, we haven't done that at all in this market. So if we hit the top of the channel, Moises, yeah, I'm feeling my throat is just pretty whatever, but yeah, for sure. If we hit the top of the channel, that typically means that's going to be the top, right? Which means that it should come down to the bottom now. So here's where some fun and games happen. You have some manipulation into the New York session. And you've got resistance right here on another channel that we're hitting. Okay? Right here. So we hit the top of this smaller channel, but now we've got resistance right here. Tim, how we doing? I would just love to have my voice back already. We hit resistance right here, guys, on this smaller channel, but we have resistance on this bigger channel, and we also have resistance on the macro channel. So I am shorting Bitcoin all day, and I'm not touching my short until we either break that channel up or until we come back down. Now we should drop to 65K is what we should be doing, because we hit the top, or whatever that is. That's about, yeah, 68K. Maybe not in one shot, but that is what we should be doing now. If Bitcoin doesn't, and we drop back down to 87.5, which is probably what we're going to do, we're good. We need to break 87.5. We come down to 87.5. We come down to 85.900. We come down to 85.900. We hold that. We're going to do more ranging sideways choppy action. Like this. Ranging. If we break this 85.900, if we get there, we need to break this trend right here. So before we can even talk about 65K, we need to actually break this channel right here. And that is essentially what I see happening with the 4-hour overbought. Okay. So 4 hours very, very overbought. I would not be trading anything except Bitcoin right now, because this is going to be one of the most delicate areas for a trade. Market makers tried to wake up here. If we look at our liquidity gaps, we can see we hit it again. We keep on hitting it, that 90,005, 90,005. I set my stop loss at 90,700. I just didn't trust it. We could have even went up to 90,006, really, if we wanted to. New York could have just absolutely smashed every stop loss. This was a huge liquidity sweep right here. Some days I just want to lay in bed, and today is one. No, I'm kidding. But I would definitely like to have my voice back. So we did a live, guys, at 2 a.m. in the morning. Who was on that live? If you guys were on that live, you're a legend. 2 a.m. in the morning, London session. All right. London pumped up the price. It was kind of obvious that London was going to move the price. Did I know that much? I thought London was going to accumulate more, but not too much scarcity, because we know that New York was going to manipulate. With Tokyo not open and London distributing, New York was manipulation all day. Now, another reason I started the live a bit later, guys, was because I needed to really look at these charts to see what was going to happen. And guys, I'm serious. If we break this area right here, there will be a massive, massive drop. If we break this area right here, we haven't. We got a 1 hour close coming up. That is beautiful manipulation into the New York setting here. So we need to break this low. Obviously, we're probably going to break it. Michael, working too hard is not enough, fam. Now, here's what you guys got to take a look at. And I showed everybody this in the London session, but I'm going to show you guys this in the New York session, okay? RSI is completely tapped out, which means that we have to hit the bottom of the RSI again. We hit the top, we have to hit the bottom, right? It is just how trading works. And then you're going to line it up with your other indicators, right? Look at your other indicators. Your 30-minute has broken trend. You had a little bit of a manipulation into the New York session. Bang. 30-minute broke trend. What does the 30-minute do? The 30-minute is going to have to catch up to the bottom. And the 1 hour. Look at how overbought this 1 hour is. It's not even funny. The 1 hour time frame here hasn't hit the bottom, but it hit the top 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Typically, you hit the top once, maybe twice, and then you're looking at it going to the bottom. So major indicators telling me that this market is about to absolutely sell off. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But I'm happy that the market is back. I'm happy that the markets are open. One Up Trading, how you doing, fam? Happy New Year. Now, if we go back to our liquidity gaps here, guys, on the lower time frame, we can see we tapped at this area. We tapped here, right? There's a sell signal. I don't pay attention to that. What I want to look at is I want to look at if we're actually breaking major equilibrium supports here, okay? So if you guys are just tuning in, Bitcoin cannot go any higher or we break out. That's where we're at now. If we go higher in the market, guys, we break out. That is it. So we need to break this equilibrium here, 88.4. Total 3 already broke out, I believe. We talked about total 3. Okay, so we know total 3 broke out in the market, I think. Yeah, so total 3 broke out. Craig, how you doing? Shout out to you. Thank you for coming on the live, guys. Total 3 actually broke out. Bitcoin, however, did not. Now, let me ask you guys a question. What happens when Bitcoin dumps and total 3 altcoins go up? Well, maybe not total 3. We have to go look at Bitcoin DOM. If Bitcoin DOM is dropping and total 3 broke out and Bitcoin is dropping or going sideways, that is a mini altcoin season. Whether you want to believe it's an altcoin season or not, it is factored in as an altcoin season. Okay. We can see that we did break on DOM here multiple times. You know, that would be, I guess, your new resistance and support. If you look at the monthly on Bitcoin DOM is really what I'm interested in here. We are crossing down on our MACD on DOM. That means that dominance is going down. That is really good for altcoins, guys. But the altcoins that follow Bitcoin will get absolutely wrecked. That's the reality. MACD is pushing down here on DOM. Monthly is pushing down on DOM. And that does mean that altcoins are, I'm not saying people are going to throw money into altcoins, but what it does mean is money is going to be flowing out of Bitcoin, which in all honesty is what we really want. So if we go back to total 3, let's go total 3 on the monthly. I don't think I looked at total 3 on DOM or on monthly yet. Okay, so total 3 is definitely showing bearish still on the higher time frames, but the reality is we did break out. So until we fake out on total 3, like if we break this low right here, then that's going to be a big bull trap fake out. I don't know. It's just really, really risky to trade altcoins at the moment. But you look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has not broken out. Bitcoin's trying to. I will say that. We're definitely trying to. Like we are at resistance, which means that there is no more. There's no more. Like you either break out or you dump. That is it. If you look at the candle right here on the 18-hour, or I mean the daily, which is your 18-hour, your macro, you have to line it up perfectly, but that is your channel. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if you look at the daily is very, very overbought. This time frame on the daily on Bitcoin, very overbought. You look at the 18-hour, very overbought. So a move is going to happen, guys, and it is going to happen very quick. Now, in the shorter term, I do believe Bitcoin's going to go to about 87.6 and ultimately 86. But the question is this thing going to break out or are we going to drop? And that is really what we got to figure out. 4 hours overbought, daily's overbought. We'll see, right? Let's go check out XRP. I know it was pumping last night. So if we look at XRP here, $190, right? Bitcoin is trying so hard, guys, so hard. So XRP is approaching the resistance here too, has not broken out, right? Has broken out of your little sideways wedge there. But what would be the top on XRP? Daily's overbought. One hour can hit about 196 on XRP. Pepe pumped 45%. Like I said, total 3 is broken out. The problem is that Bitcoin hasn't. And a lot of altcoins follow Bitcoin. So I don't know what I drew here, but I know XRP did hit our take profit. Let's see what XRP could hit. So the top of the channel, we have a tweezer reversal forming here on XRP. The top on XRP should be about 197, or you get a breakout. Olga 207. That's possible for sure. But the thing is, if things are going to break the channel, then we actually break out of the macro downtrend. And then we got to look at a full thing of, are we still in the downtrend? So at the moment, yeah, that's very, very possible for XRP to hit 207, which would be all the way up here. But for us to even look at that, guys, I want you to think as we're not bullish yet. When things are in the downtrend, you got to still think, okay, we're bearish. That is a very, very tough area to long or even short. Normally, you would short this up here. I don't know. I personally would not short XRP. Like, we're very, very overbought in the higher time frame. So typically this would be a short. But I could see XRP hitting about 195, 197 off of a wick. And then we'll see. If we break out that channel, 207 is going to be probably like 230 maybe. So as of right now, we're still in the downtrend channel for now. And we've got this 4-hour close coming up here in 27 minutes. And you bet I'm going to stay live for that, because now we're at the channel, right? Like, look at this all day. They're trying to push up and break out. Even look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is pushing down and we've got volume coming in, right? It's because we're at the top. So the question is now, do you break out or do you dump? Or do you go sideways while dropping in this area right here? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Can I take a look at Filecoin? For sure. I do want to look at Pepe first, and then we'll take a look at Filecoin. Because usually when the market's bullish, guys, Pepe moves. Let's see if Pepe broke out. Pepe for sure did break out. Looks to me that we're going to get a mini altcoin season. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, Pepe broke out and can run. If we break this conversion line right here, Pepe can run another 59%. It's very, very possible Bitcoin does break out. Very, very possible. But the thing is, we're very, very overbought. That is the only thing. So I could see if Pepe breaks this area right here, Pepe could pump all the way to the top here, which is about 0.9722. And that's a pretty big pump. If we look at our liquidity gaps here, our liquidity gaps on Pepe, huge candles here on a Friday, right? In the new year, green candles. Yeah, Pepe has another 20% in it for sure. It's going to be kind of like a Chiliz trade. Remember Chiliz broke out? And then you've got resistance in this region right here. Bang, you're looking about the top here. So that's a nice 50% pump. On Pepe. Filecoin. Okay, we'll take a look at Filecoin. But again, I am not personally going to get into any trades at the moment until I see what Bitcoin does. And by industry standards and law or physics, TA, it looks like Bitcoin's just getting some liquidity and we're going to get some real direction soon. How I go is I don't short an uptrend until it breaks, and I don't long a downtrend until it breaks. But the total 3 is definitely throwing me off. I will say that. I got to go look at the overall total crypto market cap. Filecoin did break out. Any way you look at Filecoin, it definitely broke out. So we could pump all the way back up to 320. So I want to look at the total crypto market cap because obviously Bitcoin is showing a lot of bullish momentum here. And hasn't even dropped, really. So we manipulate it into New York. The 4-hour is about to close in 23 minutes. And it's about to close green, actually. So even if we look at, I just want to look at one thing on Bitcoin here. We could maybe hit 90,005, 90,003 one more time before reversing. Like, it's really tough for me to say Bitcoin's going to break out here because of that 15-minute. And that 15-minute is all over the map right now. All right. Michael, you want me to look at silver? For sure. Okay, so silver, obviously we know has a huge ways to go up. 3-day is dropping. Weekly has major bearish dive on it, which doesn't really matter because the monthly, well, I would be looking at a yearly time frame for silver, a yearly channel here. So here'd be our channel for silver. We know silver's been popping, but in the shorter term, let's see if silver broke the trend. Shout out to everybody that was on the live London session with me, guys. So if you're looking at short term for silver, I know you guys all trade short term. I'm the only one that trades long term. Actually, I don't trade commodities or metals long term. All this I trade short term because it is based on volatility. So technically we broke out on silver right here, which would indicate a long. However, we also broke this little uptrend right here. So if I was looking at silver, this would potentially be a long for me. However, we're very, very overbought, and it looks like we are going to drop. On the higher time frames, but we're also very, very oversold. All right, I got to see what Bitcoin's doing here. Bitcoin is crazy right now. Pumping, dropping, manipulation times 10 at this point. So yeah, technically silver would be a long for me, but it would need to hold that it would need to hold that area of support. If I'm looking at this channel from another perspective, it looks like Bitcoin's going to break out. But if I'm looking at it from a shorter term perspective, it looks like we're tapped out. So let's see here. If we draw an actual trend here on Bitcoin, from here to here, on this channel right here, we go up to 90,007, but we're going with the resistance. So that is from here to here. If we look at our 4-hour time frame, one and two. Okay, so we got peak resistance here. So there is a possibility Bitcoin does hit one more time. Because we didn't actually hit the top of the channel. So there's a possibility we hit that 90,002. Which essentially would be the top of the channel. Now you're following this little sideways consolidation here, right? So here's this area right here. You got sideways consolidation in the market on a downtrend channel. But Bitcoin actually did not hit that wick. So if we're looking at this one more time, again, you're very close to the top, but you do need to typically take out these wicks. And it doesn't look like to me Bitcoin took it out. So we could hit 90,002 one more time. Tony Gold, how you doing? Happy New Year, fam. We might not, but it is very possible. That's why stop losses are good. I'm keeping my stop loss 90,007. I'm kosher. If it hits it, it hits it. Then I need to relook at the whole market. That premium high is 90,006. The resistance right here, yeah, 90,002 if Bitcoin wanted to go for it one more time. Did Ethereum break out? Is my question now. It's about to. Ethereum is about to break out. Wow, look at this market. I think